Have you ever just stared at a blank page or maybe a blinking cursor, feeling that, that pressure to come up with something totally brand new?
Oh, absolutely. That paralysis.
Yeah, that fear of not being original.
Yeah.
It's exactly what Austin Kleon gets into, like, head on in his amazing book, Steal Like an Artist.
That's a good one.
So today, we're diving deep into that,
Yeah.
into his, well, surprisingly liberating way of looking at things.
Yeah.
Our mission, to really unpack the core message, figure out why it feels even more important today,
Mm-hmm.
and pull out the key takeaways. And most importantly, show you how these ideas can directly fuel your own creative journey.
And we're kind of looking at this through the lens of someone who loves books, obviously, but also someone who's, well, been around the block enough to recognize real wisdom when you see it, even if it looks simple on the surface.
Right.
So the sources we're drawing on, they're not just a quick summary. It's more of a deep dive into what Kleon was aiming for, why the book still hits home so hard today, and the practical ways you can actually use these ideas.
Getting to the heart of creativity itself.
Exactly. How we can all tap into that without being scared we're not, original enough.
Okay, so let's unpack that a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
When Kleon wrote Steal Like an Artist, what was the actual, the big creative problem he was trying to fix? What was bugging him, or maybe bugging all of us?
Well, he was really going after this massive myth, this idea that you have to be some kind of totally original genius, right? Pulling ideas straight out of the ether.
Yeah, the lone genius thing.
Exactly. He called it the intimidating myth of pure originality. And think about it. So many people get completely stuck because they believe their work has to be utterly new, unprecedented, born from this isolated flash of brilliance.
Right.
Kleon saw this huge gap between that misconception and what creativity actually involves, which is much more about openly taking things in, remixing them, transforming existing ideas into something fresh, something personal.
So he's basically tackling that question: how can I possibly be creative when it feels like everything's already been done? Which, who hasn't felt that?
Everyone, right. Whether you paint or write code or plan marketing campaigns, Kleon steps right into that feeling, that anxiety created by this romantic idea of, absolute uniqueness.
And what does he offer instead?
He basically says, look, stop waiting for that lightning bolt.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, he replaces that worry, that self-doubt with something much more freeing, empowering, really.
Right.
He makes it super clear. Creativity isn't really about being original in that impossible way. It's about being authentic, being resourceful, and actually finding joy in the process. It's a massive mental shift.
What really hit me reading it was the sense of permission. Kleon just gives you permission. This idea of openly celebrating your influences, it just feels so liberating, doesn't it?
Totally liberated.
It's like he's saying, hey, it's okay. Stop pretending your ideas just popped out of nowhere.
That's it. That's the core kind of rebellious heart of the book. Creativity is about openly borrowing, blending, transforming things. It's revolutionary because it gives you that emotional green light to be inspired.
Instead of feeling trapped.
Exactly. Instead of being crushed by this totally unrealistic pressure to invent everything from scratch, you're not stealing from your heroes. You're learning from them. You're joining this huge ongoing conversation.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
So if that's the core message, what about now, today?
Yeah.
In this world that just feels overflowing with content and, new tech popping up constantly, does the book still hold up?
I'd say Kleon's ideas aren't just relevant. They might be increasingly urgent, especially in this digitally saturated, algorithm-heavy, AI everywhere age we're in now.
How so? With AI specifically?
Well, think about that myth of originality. AI actually makes it worse, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Good point.
AI can churn out creative content so fast, the pressure on human creators to be somehow different, more original is intense. So Kleon's whole approach is, embrace authentic inspiration. Don't force originality that becomes a real lifeline.
Right.
It highlights the need for that human connection, that lived experience in your work, because that's the stuff AI can't replicate. Your unique human touch. That's your edge now.
I love that framing. In a world of mimicry, your humanity, even your flaws, become your superpower.
Spot on. And then there's the digital overload aspect. We're swimming in perfectly curated feeds, right? Everyone looks flawlessly productive.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
So Kleon's advice to, share your messy behind-the-scenes process, that builds real connection, real trust. It's kind of the antidote to that relentless online perfectionism that just leads to burnout. Showing the work, the struggle, it humanizes everything.
It really does. It makes it feel achievable. But, okay, what about just focus? The constant distractions. It
Yeah.
feels impossible sometimes to actually do the work.
Yeah, and that's where Cleon's focus on discipline really hits home today. The digital world is designed for distraction,
Yeah.
chipping away at our ability to really engage deeply. So his emphasis on discipline, on routine, even on the productive power of boredom, that's like a crucial anchor now, that whole be boring concept. It's more vital than ever.
Be boring. Explain that a bit.
It means setting up routines, predictable habits in your life. So your creative energy isn't wasted on deciding what to do next or fighting distractions. It's about having a structure so your art can be wild, not your life. Forget the chaotic genius myth. Kleon says, go to bed, eat well, create stability.
Okay. So structure enables freedom.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And he also talks about connection, right? Global connectivity. How does that play out now?
Yeah, well, the internet connects us all, obviously. Geography isn't the barrier it used to be. But finding meaningful collaboration, real community, that can still be hard to find online.
True. It can feel lonely despite being connected.
Exactly. So Kleon pushes for using these digital tools deliberately to build genuine creative communities, not just networks, but supportive spaces. And then there's the flip side, constraints in an age of abundance,
Right. We have endless tools, endless choices.
which can be totally paralyzing. Kleon champions constraints. Creative minimalism, saying no to some tools or options, actually forces you to be more inventive with what you do have. Limitations become freeing. They cut through the clutter.
It sounds like he's really gently pushing back against a lot of the standard advice about creativity, like the common wisdom. What are some of those status quo ideas he really challenges?
Oh, he definitely flips some things on their head. The biggest one, probably, is originality is a myth steal like an artist.
Yeah, that's the title.
Right. We're taught to worship originality. Kleon says, forget it. Everything's a remix. That directly tackles the whole genius innovator idea. He argues creativity is built on learning from others, on conscious imitation, on remixing without fear.
So it's more like being a really good curator and combiner, maybe.
Kinda, yeah. And adding your own spin, obviously. Then there's the idea that your work speaks for itself. He says, no, share your process. Most people are told, maintain the mystery. Cleon's like, document it. Show people how the sausage gets made. That challenges the romantic notion of the artist hidden away in their studio.
And the be boring one we just talked about. That flies in the face of the chaotic artist stereotype.
Totally. Our culture loves that idea, right? The wild, eccentric creator, Kleon says, nope. Discipline, routine, quiet. That's what sustains creativity long term, not chaos.
Okay. What else?
Creativity is subtraction. That's another big one. In a world screaming more features, more content, he suggests getting better by removing, simplifying, restricting. It's about clarity over clutter.
That feels very relevant now with tool overload.
Exactly. And finally, his call to be kind. It's a small town in an online world that can feel very competitive, very cutthroat sometimes.
Yeah.
He reminds us that actually the creative world is interconnected. Your reputation matters. Generosity, collaboration, those build the long game. It's about community, not just competition.
Okay, so let's boil this down. If you were to pick the absolute must-knows from the book, the core principles we should really internalize for our own creative work, what would they be? The top insights.
Right, the big takeaways. I think there are 5 key ones Kleon really hopes you internalize. First, nothing is original. And that's beautiful. Seriously, embrace your influences, remix them. You're part of a long conversation, so add your voice.
Okay, number 1, embrace influence.
Got it. Second, creativity is an action, not a waiting game. Just start. Don't wait for permission or perfect conditions. Your voice emerges through the work, through the doing, not sitting around thinking about it.
Do the work to find the work. Makes sense. Number 3.
Third, share your messy process, not just the polished result. Be transparent. Let people see the journey, the struggles. That's where real connection happens. Vulnerability is magnetic.
Love that. Okay, number 4.
Fourth, routine, discipline, and constraints are your best friends. Embrace the boring structure in your life so you have the energy and focus for wild creativity in your art. Structure enables freedom.
Right, the be boring principle again. And the last one.
And number 5, Be kind, stay humble, and keep showing up. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Relationships matter, reputation matters, and persistence beats sporadic genius every time. Show up for the work and for the community.
He really is like a creative myth buster, isn't he?
Right, exactly.
Just calmly dismantling these big ideas we have about art. What are some of those specific myths that he just blows up? The ones that make you think, oh, wow, I totally bought into that.
He really is. Well, the biggest, as we said, is myth. You must be original. His truth. Originality is a remix, and that quote is key. Nothing is original. The sooner you realize that, the better. That just lifts so much weight off your shoulders.
It really does. What else?
Another huge one, myth. Wait until you find your voice. His truth. You find your voice by using it. You don't wait passively. You start by imitating, by trying things on, and through that active process, your own unique style starts to emerge. Like learning guitar, you play covers first.
Right, you practice your way into it.
Exactly. Then there's myth. Chaos, creativity, his truth. Order sustains creativity, that messy genius trope. Mostly a myth. Structure and routine provide the container for good work.
Okay.
And myth. Limitations kill creativity, his truth. Constraints amplify creativity. Fewer options often force you to be more inventive, more resourceful. It pushes you in unexpected directions.
Less can be more.
Definitely. And finally, myth. Art speaks for itself, his powerful truth. You need to share the process, not just the product. People connect with the story, the journey, the humanity behind the work, especially now. Transparency builds bridges.
Okay, so much good stuff there. Given all this really liberating wisdom, what's the next step for you, our listener? How do we take these ideas off the page and actually put them to practice on our own creative journeys, like right now?
Yeah, that's the crucial part. Kleon's stuff is super actionable. So first, maybe try to embrace imperfect visibility. Start sharing your process, even small bits, maybe daily. Don't overthink it. Don't judge it harshly. Just share the journey.
Okay, share more, judge less. Like it.
Second, build your creativity through ritual. Make routine your ally. Decide when and where you'll do your creative work and stick to it, even if it's just for a short time each day. Be boringly consistent.
Ritualize the process. Got it.
Third, keep your channels conversational. Don't just broadcast. Invite people in, ask questions, respond, foster that connection, make them feel like they're walking alongside you.
Make it a two-way street. Good one.
Fourth, play more openly with your influences. Don't hide who inspires you. Talk about them. Show how you're remixing their ideas. Make it part of your story.
Wear your influences proudly. Okay.
And fifth, crucially, allow for digital detox moments. Seriously, step away from the screen. Do something physical, something hands-on. Let your brain breathe and recharge away from the digital noise. That's often where the best ideas percolate.
Take breaks. Essential. So those are great actions. But just for fun, if Kleon were like adding a chapter today, given everything with AI, algorithms, all that, what new advice might he add specifically for us right now?
Ooh, interesting question. I think he'd definitely tackle navigating AI creativity. He might say something like, steal from the machines too, but don't become one.
Huh. I like that.
Yeah, urging us to use AI as a tool, an assistant maybe, but always inject our own messy humanity, our perspective, our soul. The takeaway might be, your soul is still your signature.
Powerful. What else?
He'd probably address creating in an algorithm-obsessed world, maybe urging us to create for connection, not just clicks. Prioritize making things for actual human beings, not just to please the algorithm gods, the message. You're not a product, you're a person with something to say.
It's focusing on meaning over metrics.
Exactly, and definitely something on digital burnout and the need to unplug, championing real breaks, digital sabbaticals, maybe a takeaway like, your brain is a garden, don't overwater it with Wi-Fi.
Love it. Simple but true.
He might also expand on creativity as a collective practice, moving beyond just influence to active collaboration, maybe stressing, the lone genius is dead, invite others in. The takeaway, your best ideas might live in someone else's notebook.
Get collaborative. Nice.
And finally, perhaps something on art as a response to crisis. Using our creative voice to reflect the often difficult world we're in, but without getting totally swallowed by it. The takeaway could be something like, your art doesn't need to fix the world, but it can remind people it's still worth saving.
Wow. That adds a whole new layer. You know, like an artist really is this this rebellious little handbook, isn't it?
Totally.
It just feels like a permission slip, like a friend saying, hey, relax, we're all figuring it out, we're all borrowing, just keep making your stuff. It really shifts your whole mindset.
It's Kleon's quiet revolution, I think. A potent reminder that creativity really thrives in, well, transparency, imperfection, and generosity. And in today's world, that simple, actionable approach feels incredibly needed. It cuts through so much noise.
So, for you listening, as you head back to your own creative work, maybe chew on this thought. In a world that's getting more and more artificial, your authenticity, that becomes your loudest whisper, your most powerful signal. So how will you apply these ideas today? Start making, start sharing, start remixing everything you love fearlessly. Until next time, keep digging deep.